In my experience of working with different individuals through my coaching practice, I have found that the number one reason that stops from being resilient is their methods of numbing their pain. Using alcohol, food, or substance or drugs that is heavily used to take away that everyday stress of life whenever they encounter a major challenge or obstacle. Sometimes it could be the stories that they tell themselves and other people to conceal the truth, to hide that unpleasant reality of what's going on in their life. Because we have the natural capacity to bounce back. We have the natural human instinct to escape danger. For example, if you spot a tiger in a jungle while you're trekking, the chances are you will find your way out to escape that danger. You will not make excuses like saying, oh, my legs are tired, oh, I can't run, or make excuses like, I have blisters on my foot, or I'm not motivated to escape the tiger. You will bloody get the hell out of that place. That's your natural instinct. We all have that. That is resilience. It's a natural instinct to bounce back whenever we see a danger. So whenever you're faced with a challenge, an obstacle, or a big problem in life, we have that inherent hunger, the mojo, the drive, that survival instinct to overcome that challenge. But when things break down, when all hell breaks loose, instead of finding that killer instinct within us, we tend to douse that fire by simply creating shortcuts to numb our pain. We seek instant gratification. We seek instant distraction so that we are not reminded about our challenges. Many people, I know, they make the mistake of resorting to alcohol, drugs, or other forms of substances to ease their pain, mistaking that by easing the pain temporarily, it will go away permanently. That's not going to happen. It's like trying to solve a big problem with another problem. But eventually, you know what happens? More problems mount up. We keep numbing our suffering, trying to silence that inner critic, that inner voice in the head with addictions, so that we can shut up that noise in the head. And months and years can be taken away from your life. Few people realize that mistake and bounce back after several years of going through those addictive behavior. But some people don't even get a chance to reverse that downward spiral. Recently, I have been coaching an individual with alcohol problem after he was separated from his spouse. He was living in denial for years, unable to accept the brutal reality of change that is brought on his life. His heart was broken into pieces. He could not comprehend as to what went wrong with his life. In his version of the story, he was a good husband. He was very good to her. He took care of her and attended to all her needs, and yet she decided to leave him one day. So the lingering question in his mind was, how can being good to someone has eventually made the person go away? His denial and a lack of acceptance made him an addict. He found his refuge in alcohol every day, leading to further problems in his social and economic life. His health also got deteriorated, and it got to a condition which was very hard to reverse. It was only when he came to terms with his real challenges that he was able to bounce back. He realized that her needs from a spouse were much beyond his care and attention, which he did not realize, and that led to his separation. So blaming other people, circumstances, and situation as causes for your conditions in life will not fix your problem. As long as you don't own your problem, you can't solve them either. Therefore, the first step is to accept and own your challenges if ever you want to solve your problems. It doesn't matter where it came from or who caused it, but owning your reality, however brutal that might be, will help you in changing it in the first place. Acceptance leads to change. And to accept something as they are, you need to be in your normal state of mind. Or you should have a normal, rational mind, and not an intoxicated mind. An intoxicated mind cannot rationalize and identify the real problems. It can only numb your pain. You need to be in the normal state of mind to rationalize and accept the real challenges. Therefore, the number one resilient killer is the softener that makes you become numb to your challenges. Intoxication is not a great option when you hit a roadblock. Remember, challenges is just a roadblock and not a dead end. But for intoxicated people, in their state of mind, a roadblock may look like a dead end. When you don't let go, when you don't move on, you're stuck in time, you're stuck in wherever you are. So once you accept your reality, the next step is to let go and move on. Identify the emotions that you have to release that pain. Let go of those memories that haunt you and hurt you. In his case, the man understood that being good to his wife and providing for all her needs is his way of being good. But that did not suffice her emotional needs. In this situation, neither of them were right or wrong, but the needs were not met. The needs were not well communicated or understood. And by each day, they were going away from each other. And that led to the separation. Yeah, nobody is to be blamed. It's just that it did not work out. It's like that he doesn't need to label himself as a failure. Or he doesn't need to live in that denial. But denial probably, people use denial as a strategy to make yourself look good, that you're not a failure. Denial might give you the feeling that you have not failed. But failing at something is not real failure. Rationalizing the situation and accepting the reality has helped him to stop this blame game. And eventually it helped him to let go of his pain. I know it's not an easy process, but it's not an impossible one either. So the real bounce back happens when you accept and move on. When you're ready to make the necessary changes. When you're willing to accept, when you're willing to adapt to a new pattern in life. Changing perspective will make you look at people and events differently. It will help you to create a new habit, behaviors, and eventually result in creating a new mindset. The problems that is looking big and gigantic will start looking like negligible and easy to solve. Changes are the temporary discomforts that you experience because it's different from your regular routine of doing the usual course and doing the regular things. New pattern demands new behavior and habits and practices. At first, it's uncomfortable, it's difficult, but as you move on, you will experience a new lease of life because you have removed the burdens. You lose that heaviness in the pain that was causing you because your newfound happiness, that fresh perspective, and that small sense of achievement, because you know that you can overcome your roadblock, gives you the confidence to move ahead in life. So if you don't see things as a dead end, you'll see probably things as a U-turn and probably a new path to a happy life. So regain the state of mind where you can reclaim that courage to face the real obstacles. Get your natural instincts to bounce back. Seek that breakthrough solutions whenever you're broken down. Gather the courage to pick up your pieces, to stand up again. Resilience, remember my friend, is your natural instinct. We all have fallen many times as kids, right? But we all risen up. So let's not take that instant gratification route to distract ourselves from facing the real problems and challenges. Let's not go for that model. Let's look at the situation. Let's own our problem. Let's solve them. Let's take a break. That's okay. But don't douse that inner flame that has the power to turn your life around.